I'm doing this video to correct myself because, as I said before, I didn't know anything about them placing my daughter where she was placed at, and nobody contacted me, so I was not contacted by the court for them to involve me in placement because her father had passed, and I guess some situations and circumstances was going on with those whose custody she was in, but they did not involve me in it at all. And I would have preferred being the person that they put her back in the custody to, because she was unjustly taken. But in that same sense, the situation with putting her back in the home with me came about after it was realized that it had been told to someone else or brought to someone's knowledge that they had harmed her by separating her from me. So to resolve that, I guess they placed her back with me in the house that they knew I was at, in the name of she's no longer separated, but she still was separated because someone else is in control of everything, not me. Being in the midst of some place where my daughter is, and having that watch somebody else do everything that a mother's supposed to do and want to do for her child but can't do because she's been unjustly removed from the custody. No, that's not a good thing. Not a good thing. And I'm not going to lie and say it was, because it wasn't. It's a blessing to have her in a household with you, but as a mother that loved her child, that take care of her child, to do what's right about a child, it's not a pleasure to watch somebody else take care of your child or someone else be in charge of your child, educationally, doctorally. All decisions is made about your child, you can't. My daughter got sick one time, and I got on the phone to call the doctor to help her, set her up an appointment. No, she wanted to go to a school to be, I think, on the cheerleading team or something, but she needed a physical. So I called to this doctor's office to set her up for a physical, and when they asked me if I was her parent or legal guardian, and I told them that she was taken from my custody, they told me that I would have to call back, get her legal guardian to call them back to set up the appointment. That was not a good feeling. Nothing felt good about that. Even in other situations, educationally, things that she needs, I can't help her because she's in somebody else's custody. Even if it's my child. My child didn't have her, I did. And Edgecombe County Department of Social Services, nor the court system, informed me that they was having court. I was never served, and said that they was transferring custody of my child to nobody, because I would have filed a motion for her to be put back in my custody. I'd have been in that courtroom and requested for them to put her back in my custody. I wasn't told, and I didn't know. So let me correct myself. Even in the situation and circumstances she's in now, a lot of things are being done and getting away with being done because I have no say. I'm not her mother. I'm her mother physically by having her, but I'm not the one named that's up there as her legal guardian. In the same county that started it all, Wilson County. So I just want to correct myself and let the truth be made known. Because the truth will stand and a lie ain't going to tarry. And a lie ain't going to tarry in God's eyesight. That's most important. And yes, God did heard my cries. But also there was other things that took place that was not right. Still ain't right. Because she's still not back in my custody. And it's dead wrong. And it's not a pleasure. And I know it's other parents that's out there that's enduring the same thing, if not the same, similar. And it's a hurtful thing. And we need a voice, because you don't have a voice out there that's speaking up. People are scared that they're never going to get their child back. They're scared that things may happen to them if they say something on the benefit or behalf of somebody else. But I say unto you, let me correct myself and make sure that I add the part in that's important. When you giving God the glory, you give him the glory for everything. Not just a portion. Lay it straight and make it plain. Because whatever it is, to God be the glory. Because he is going to work it out. All this stuff that's been posted on where Facebook, social media, wherever it may be, told by others, whatever, as long as it's the truth, let it be the truth. The Lord said, asking you shall have, seeking you shall find, knocking he will open doors. If you don't ever never ask, you ain't gonna get no help. If you don't ever seek, you ain't never gonna find no help. A closed mouth don't get fed, per my grandmother. If you hungry, ask somebody for some food. If you're thirsty, ask somebody for something to drink. So I say unto you, yes, it's a very hurtful thing, still is. But God give us strength to endure what we must endure. The race isn't given to the swift or the strong, but to the one that endures unto the end. And this shall and will be endured. And vengeance belong to God. People think that they are not touchable because they got money, because they got this and they got that. When God got a touch policy, it doesn't matter who you is, what you got, where you at, and where you come from. Ask the rich man about Lazarus. Ask the king that wouldn't let God's people go. When them plagues touched him where it mattered to him at, he let them go. But he still let somebody else get back in his ear and turn around and trace him. Just watch God.